G'day viewers, Ivan here from Peak Off-Road Equipment, Wetherill Park, Sydney, Australia. Welcome again to the showroom. And today we've got a friend of mine's, young Michael. And I'm going to say thank you to Michael for coming out tonight on very short notice to show his car off. We did a fair bit of work on this one and he came backwards and forwards a fair few times trying to get the setup done. Anyway, like always, I'll give you a quick run through. I'm going to open and close the awning. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Then we're going to put it away because it interferes with all our lights, and then David is upset. So say hello to David. Thank you, David, again for coming over and shooting the video and editing for us. He's an integral part of the team. All right, look, without too much mucking around, today we got a 2022 Toyota Hilux diesel, auto air steer cruise control. I don't know if it's got a heated seat, but hey, we're going to muck around straight away. This has the AX27 Bush Company tent, as well as the XT awning, just the XT, not the XT Max, just the XT awning, fitted on a Rhino-Cab Canopy. Now this setup is basically completely done by Bush Company, and it is looking pretty good. I like the way it looks. It's a very cost-effective and light system to put on together. So let's go. Let's have a look at the awning. It's pretty simple. The awning is fairly easy, really. It's not hard to do. You have two straps. You've seen this all before, but you might as well get a more professional. You bring it out, as you can see. If you don't push this across and you keep pulling, you will tear this. So bring that around, find the little arm and bring the arm around. Right, so once you get to this point here, we actually found a little spot up here. Normally we put a clip on it, but this works out pretty good here. And then it's just a matter of pulling it. And it's done. That's it, pretty easy. I'll go back to the front and show you guys the height difference here. Now this car's had a GV upgrade, so it's actually a little bit higher than normal. I think he said it was 3.5 tonne or 3.4 tonne, something like that, 3.4. I'm not sure, can't remember, the figures all get around me. But it gives you coverage where you need it, which is around the back, not so much here. With the Max comes out, I'll be out of shot here, but it comes out a long, long way. The problem with the Max is it's a little bit more complicated to set up. And also, when you're going to do a lot of corrugations, you always got to think about there's a lot of poles and a lot of canvas to be rubbing up together. So the weight is another factor, and obviously the cost. So without mucking around, I'm going to close it up and show you how we roll it. So it's just a matter of undoing this. Get closer to the centre. Get closer to the centre. Grab your awning bag. Find your straps. 1, 2. Now, unlike some of the other awnings, this is a fold-up scenario. So after a bit of practice, and you'll get a little bit of a seam happening. I haven't done one for a little while. Oh, look, it's already there. That looks about right to me. Roll it up. It doesn't look so hard. Let me just open that up just so you can see. And that's what you're trying to get a hold of. Bring this one up. We'll just give it another tighten up in a second. Find this one so you can see the Velcro goes on. So now we've got it there. We'll go back to the front one. Back to the front one, make sure it's nice and firm in there. Right, that's it. This one again. Yeah, we're good to go. The strap goes inside. Now, unlike ones with the metal clips, you just tuck it in behind the thing, and it's nice and easy. There's plenty of room in the bag, especially if you've done it up. Now, like always, the clips to the back. Alrighty, so as you can see, it was a pretty straightforward awning, open and close, even with my gas bagging and the thing. What we'll do now is we'll go open up the back and open up the tent. Let's go have a crack. As you can see here, this is the Rhino-Cab by Bush Company. They've been making these canopies, I should say, for a very, very long time. I'm going to go straight away and open up the tent. And at the end of the video, David's going to put up some videos of internal of the tent so you can have a look. It's all got all the bedding in there, everything's ready to go. It has a step inside here, but as you see, I brought my own set. You would do this before you put the awning up. Right, this has got and this is how simple it is. There's no stress level whatsoever. Sorry for showing my back again, but it's just a matter of putting it into the pole. Everything, I'm a pretty tall bloke with fat guts, so as you can see, this is the height you're working at. Now he can get access from the back here or from the side. If you've got two people inside, you would have your feet this end. If you have the other side, then you'll have to go over each other. If you put your head this end, then you have to chuck a U-turn up the top. And sometimes it's a little bit difficult. Depends on how much you're in love. That's what it comes down to. Anyway, we'll continue on. So, now these boxes here, you can't see. He's ready for a trip. So from what Michael was saying, his next trip, he's just come back from a South Australian trip. And if anyone knows, that's like going from the middle of America to Florida and back. Well, this time he's going from Florida, middle of America, up the top, then down the east coast, back to Florida. So that's going to be a pretty cool trip. These boxes, so he's pretty much ready to go in the next few weeks. So it's all kind of loaded up and he's done his testers. So this is an empty box that you can buy off Bush Company. It just bolts in, fully sealed, all beautiful. Now, the downfall of the canopies, right, is to keep the dust and the water out. That is not a problem here. This doesn't leak or let dust in, but the dust comes in from down here where the tailgate is, around to the back. Now these do have a little vent at the front to try and give some positive pressure onto it, but that hole has to be bigger than the one at the back, if you understand. So if it's a little hole at the front and a really big hole, it will never pressurise the cab. So what he's done here is put some seals and glued some seals in to try and mitigate the gap right here where the tailgate meets the tub. If you can do that and reduce the gap at the back, as you're driving, the air will pressurise the cab and the dust won't come in. But the water is a separate issue. You're not going to get around that unless you remove the tailgate or seal it up. Again, we'll just go through here really quickly. This is the original, the tub, the cab, the tub. Here's the box you can buy with all the accessories and fit it out yourself. He's got another one here. He's actually done this fit out himself. Now it's not a difficult job. This is not his job. I think he does IT or some sort of support where he's not working with his hands all day. And he's actually made this. So this is homemade, but it takes a little bit of time and you need to know what you want to do. And he's come up with this. So for a long time tourer, he's got 60 litres of water in here and I think 40 litres, or 40 and 60 spare, one way or the other. Either way, he's got a lot of water in there. With all this gear, with the tubs in the back seat as well, he's come in at 2.8 tonne. 2.8 tonne is heaps light, ready to rock and roll. It's important to try and keep the weight down. But when you're going for a long way, you're going to need some water. You're going to need some spares. You're going to need your fishing rods. Here we've got the oven, the 12-volt oven here as well. Also, what you can't see up here, but we'll show you later on, is the Bush Company table, and that slides in up the top. So it just drops down, and then you pull it out and bring it out. There's plenty of videos on that. Because he's got his fishing rods here, we're not going to show you. Also, he did make this that goes on top of the tailgate, somewhere to prepare your feed, and the awning is above you and everything is hunky-dory. Safety, second battery, all the monitoring, the switches are over here on the right, and just a lovely setup. Simple, 2 people to go on a trip down in Western Australia. Try and keep it light and try and keep going. Anyway, let's go around the side of the truck and have a look at this. Well, as you can see, we've moved the lights around a little bit. That's the second time that's come down. I should learn. The canopy here has got 2 rails that go north-south, so front to rear of the vehicle. These are the load bars that actually Bush companies supply. They supply them for the top of the tent, as well as you can mount them down here to hold your tent up. These are super slim. They're like 23 millimeters. So it's really brought the tent down as far as you can. And again, look at this. And you saw I'm 6'3". Everything is just nice and sweet. These mounting systems are fantastic. David's going to show you a photo of this for certain. These brackets here are made by us. They run through here and hold this up. Just stay there, David. Just keep that shot going. Right. You could have also mounted this one, run this bolt this way, and held it out like this. Right. Super simple mounting system. You're not going to get much easier. Bush Company do make these brackets, but they make them a little bit thinner. I've been pestering them to make them like this so I don't have to make them, and just makes it super easy. Also, you come follow us down here. He's got the Darchi ensuite, which is quite nice, and above there he's got the Bush Company shovel mounts with a Rhino bar, Rhino shovel. We'll go a quick look on this side. This rice cooker, some extra bottles. Again, this drop-in shelf. Now this could be put here, or you can have both of them filled out, up to you. But it's always nice to have something deep. So here's that drawers finish here, which I recommended that he does. So halfway through the tub, and then you can put some big boxes of stuff in there. If you have drawers all the way through, then you can't put anything in there. Like, you're kind of stuck with this little bit of area here. So I'm glad he's taken the advice there. I think that's all we've got to say about right here, but yeah, just how it's mounted, the brackets that were put on there. Sorry, we'll go a little bit over here. This awning is being put in the up position, so when it opens, this bar gets in the way, so we have put the spring pole relocation bracket on here. This is my design. Now Bush Company have their own after a couple of years, and it's fairly affordable, and you don't have to try and put a dog leg in the pole. All right, let's go have a look at the front of the cab. Okay, here we are at the front on the Hilux. 15,000 kilometres apparently. ARB bar is super popular in Australia. They work, they're tested, the sensors and all that work on them. The steady lights, they're fantastic as well. He's also got the extender for the Wi-Fi system. Wi-Fi in here in Australia we have Telstra that uses this sort of system to extend the range on your mobile phone. And obviously the short and stubby, what do you call it? Underneath here, which is again, it's a beautiful thing, is a pop-up winch from Warn. Pop-up number plate, that kind of makes everything neat and tidy. In the essence, let's finish up, let's go there. Rightio, as you can see, we've come to the end of the video, and David's going to put a few more things in there. The car is ready to go. It's already done a trip, so it's tested. It should last the owner a fairly long time. The setup that you see here is as simple as it's going to get. It will serve him well. It's bolted on there very strong. Like everything, over corrugations, you need to check your bolts, including these wheel nuts, and also whatever ARB has done. So be mindful, even as it's loaded up. So we've been showing videos for a long time of cars that we've just finished, and we've had the opportunity to do them before even the customer's seen them. So in this case here, the customer's taken away, we finished the vehicle and we've brought him back, and we're very thankful for Michael for bringing it up again at short notice. 2.8 tonne. Now for a Hilux, that's not too bad. The GV upgrade will give you an extra floating spring rate for the rear, for that extra little bit of weight in the rear, and I think 300 constant springs would be more than sufficient. Talk about weights, 100 and 27, so 127, 65, so it's 200 plus the stuff inside. So, you know, don't take so much. If you need the water, take the water. Buy titanium spoons to save on the weight of the spoons. Anyway, I'm very happy. Thank you guys for listening to us dribble again. And again, we'll see you out there on the tracks. Hooroo. See ya. Wow, what a car. All right, let's go close this up. So there's the old-fashioned way of doing it from down here. Like that. Oh my God. Dave, I'm getting too old. This end goes in, find the seam, run this one up, run this up, make like a tuxedo, turn it over, flat face up, run it through, pick it up, make sure it's all nice and hunky-dory. Look, it's all the way to the end. Have a quick gander. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Get the air out. Job done.